morning, you guys. Welcome to the vlog. It has been a long time. I don't know, the last vlog was like a few days in MA clinical psychology. We're back again with another vlog because I have my exams coming up. These are like internal exams. These are like the second internal exams. My college has insane exams, just one after the other, that just keep going on and on and on, and I don't know when they're ever going to stop. Before that, if you love my wallpaper, I am making stuff like this. It is kind of very therapeutic to like draw again, so I'm making stuff like this. If you would love to like get some of these, or if you like this and you would like to use them and stuff, just let me know. You can like comment in the section. I would like to make a website or something so I can like make art and you guys can get it. So let me know in the comments. Okay, coming back to psychology, I did have a class test. When was that? It was in September. I don't know, I think I filmed a little before that. Then I also have presentations which have been going on, जैसे lectures होते हैं वैसे. I have like 5 presentations जिसमें सिर्फ एक ही बचा है, which is going to be next week. Now, next week, today is Friday, 6th of October. Next week, we are going to have our practicals, internal practicals. Practicals matlab basically whatever you have studied, you are supposed to apply it. So how can we apply it? When they give us a case study. So they're going to give us a case study and we have to write for a diagnostic test wale subject ke liye we are supposed to write a report. So that's how things are going for now. I'm going to like insert some clips. Like I've given 4 presentations so far. उसमें से 2 presentations का I have clips. I would like to share some parts of it, so I'm going to cue them now. Which is my topic, where you have this bunch of participants. You divide them into 2. If you have 2 groups, experimental or control. If you have 3 groups, we'll divide it into 3 groups. Coming to the second advantage, no practice effect, no fatigue effect. Obviously, because you're just assigned to just one condition, just pay attention to one condition and you're done. You won't have to, you cannot go from one condition to the other condition and you're getting tired, and that's the reason why your scores are going low. Or you're not going from one condition to the other condition and then you're getting better at it and then your scores are skyrocketing. So, kuch bhi nahi hoga. And hence, this is not in the textbook, but I always used to get confused between the kahan pe counterbalancing use hota hai. Let's not just build it or get more into counterbalancing in between subjects. Techniques of drama therapy. So techniques are actually coming from the characteristics we spoke about. So they're kind of like mushed together in a way. So when I read a research paper, there were 4 processes, which is what she spoke about, and then there are some more common techniques that are also used in drama therapy, which is what I will speak about. So drama therapy uses techniques that are rooted in theatre, like history, and drama therapy can be done individually, so like the client and therapist, just one-on-one, and it can be done in group as well. And that really helps the individuals express themselves, gain a little more insight about themselves, how they're feeling, about others, etc. So you can actually express your, even individual adults actually, you can express your emotion a little better through the puppet. Basically, like puppet means that I don't feel like a kind of, it's like indirect expression. So you have seen how that was. I did receive I just received a feedback for a couple of those, and they said that I'm quite expressive and I'm explaining, and that kind of is quite engaging to listen to, and it's quite engaging as a presenter. I am quite engaging as a presenter, so that was like a good compliment. But that's it, it's all about expressiveness. Anyway, coming to the practical exam that I'm worried about, my first 2 papers on Monday is patho and diagnostics. So I have to study DSM criteria and 4 diagnostic tests. Focus on patho for now. I have to so this semester is all about childhood disorders, neurodevelopmental disorders. So I need to study, I think, 8 disorders. Short में communication disorders, which are 4, 3 motor disorders, only 3 motor disorders, and ADHD. सो आई हैव नॉट स्टडीड मोटर डिसऑर्डर्स एट ऑल. मुझे सिर्फ नाम याद है, मोटर कोऑर्डिनेशन डिसऑर्डर, देन स्टीरियोटिपिक मूवमेंट डिसऑर्डर, एंड देन देयर इज टिक डिसऑर्डर विच हैव 3 टाइप्स. टूरेट डिसऑर्डर, उसमें टिक डिसऑर्डर, देर इज वोकल टिक, एंड देन देर इज प्रोविजनल टिक. इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, आई एम पुटिंग इट ऑन द स्क्रीन so you know. For communication disorders, I have already studied it a little bit, and then yesterday I was like just memorizing DSM criteria. Yes, I have to memorize DSM criteria. So the first one is language disorder, speech sound disorder. Fourth one is social pragmatic communication disorder, and the third one is stuttering wala, childhood onset fluency disorder. And you know what ADHD is, attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder. So because I have to actually give a primary or provisional diagnosis of the case, I also need to write the DSM criteria and then kind of match it with the case कि अच्छा ये similarities है with the disorder. So उसकी वजह से I have to memorize the DSM criteria as well, and this is just for the practical exam. Okay, main exam के लिए I have to study way too much disorders, way too many disorders. Uska alag video I'll make. But for now, that's what I have to do. I have already memorized. So last night I memorized language, speech sound, and the stuttering one, childhood onset fluency disorder के DSM criteria. I'm just going to revise it today afternoon में. But right now I also have to study the causes and treatment and differential diagnosis of these disorders, because वो भी पूछ सकते हैं. Differential diagnosis, if you don't know, differential diagnosis is basically something that matches. There are a lot of similarities and symptoms with a particular disorder, but there are differences, and that's the reason why जब diagnosis देना होगा तब आप उसका नहीं दोगे, इसका ही दोगे. So for example, इसका ले सकते हैं. Let's take autism spectrum. I remember autism spectrum disorder very well. I had to study it for the class test. So autism spectrum का differential diagnosis मतलब some other disorder which is very similar, has similar symptoms as autism spectrum. So let's take a social pragmatic communication disorder. Okay, so social pragmatic communication disorder and autism spectrum both have communication issues. Okay, but the difference, so if you have a client and आपको symptoms दिख रहा है, उसके पास उसको communication में problems है, so now you can be like अच्छा इसको autism हो सकता है या फिर इसको social pragmatic communication disorder भी हो सकता है. But what are those symptoms that will differentiate कि अच्छा नहीं इसको autism ही है and it can't be social pragmatic? Then you can, so that would be restrictive and repetitive behaviors that autism spectrum has and social pragmatic does not have. So that is basically the differential diagnosis. If you want another example, let's take language disorder and let's take intellectual disability. So this is also a differential diagnosis of each other in a way. Intellectual disability is what somebody who is like we call mental retarded, basically that is what intellectual disability is. तो उनका communication में problem होता है, they don't have better self care, उनको खुद का personal hygiene वगैरह नहीं कर सकते, they can't do basic skills. So depending upon the severity, so अगर mild होगा then they will be able to do if you teach them. But अगर profound या फिर severe होगा तो उनको नहीं possible है, they need 100% support and care all the time. But let's take mild है, तो लैंग्वेज में उनका लैंग्वेज में इश्यूज़ होता है. सो दे हैव रेड्यूस्ड वोकैबुलरी एज कम्पेयर टू द एज लेवल. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल दे आर 5 years old, देन दे शुड नो सम वर्ड्स दैट अदर उस एज के सब बच्चों को पता है, या फिर जस्ट सेंटेंसेज दैट दे यूज, सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर जो नॉर्मल उस एज के बच्चे यूज़ करते हैं वो भी इसको करने आना चाहिए. बट अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो देन वी कैन से दिस इज अ वेरी शॉर्ट वे आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग. ओके, लैंग्वेज डिसऑर्डर. तो सिमिलैरिटी क्या है, दैट इन लैंग्वेज एंड इन कम्युनिकेशन, इन थोड़ा बहुत इन कम्युनिकेशन वे देयर इज सम डेवलपमेंटल माइलस्टोन्स हिट नहीं हो रहे. बट द डिफरेंस वुड बी दैट इन इंटेलेक्चुअल डिसेबिलिटी सारे डेवलपमेंटल माइलस्टोन्स नहीं मैच होंगे, नहीं हिट करेंगे, मैच नहीं करेंगे. वेराज इन लैंग्वेज डिसऑर्डर वैसा नहीं होगा. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल द सिंपल बेसिक स्टफ लाइक नो वॉकिंग एट अ पर्टिकुलर एज, starting talking at a particular job, making the sounds at a particular age, simple stuff लैंग्वेज डिसऑर्डर में पॉसिबल होगा उस बच्चे को करने का, दे विल हिट दोज डेवलपमेंटल माइलस्टोन्स, बट इन इंटेलेक्चुअल डिसेबिलिटी वो भी नहीं होगा. सो दैट इज़ हाउ यू कैन डू डिफरेंशियल डायग्नोसिस. थोड़ा कॉमन सेंस लगाओगे तो हो भी जाएगा, इतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. कॉजेज ट्रीटमेंट, यू नो, इफ यू हैव स्टडीड एबनॉर्मल साइकोलॉजी इन बैचलर्स डिग्री तो आपको पता होगा व्हाट दोज आर. सो आई नीड टू एटलीस्ट डू दीज स्टफ. आई ऑल्सो नीड टू डू थोड़ा बहुत एसोसिएटेड फीचर्स एज वेल, बिकॉज देर एसोसिएटेड टू द डायग्नोस्टिक फीचर्स. सो वो भी थोड़ा यहाँ वहाँ देख लूँगी. मेजॉरिटी इज DSM क्राइटेरिया. मैं DSM क्राइटेरिया हो जाता है तो मेरा बाकी सब भी हो जाएगा, एक्सेप्ट कॉजेज एंड ट्रीटमेंट. आई मीन डायग्नोस्टिक फीचर्स एंड एसोसिएटेड फीचर्स हो जाएगा. So that's what I'm going to focus on right now. It's like 10:21. I'm going to start doing causes and treatment. I'm hoping that communication disorders का at least causes and treatment मैं कर दूँ. Today is Friday. I have Saturday and Sunday, and I'm planning to like meet my friend after a very long time tomorrow afternoon में, and I also have my tuition all these 3 days. So let's see how I can manage my time. Sorry if I sound a little nasally. Was a little emotional. I was like writing in my journal right now. It's the end of the day. I did get a cake and stuff in the afternoon before going to tuitions, because जब मेरा birthday था तब I had class test, so I was like super into it and very focused, so I did not like get to celebrate my birthday as such. It's not like a celebration, it's just a simple, just get a cake, cut it with my family, and we all eat it. So we didn't get to do that, and as a reason why I got the cake now after like over a month. Like I had my birthday in September. So yeah, that's one thing that actually happened. After I got back from tuitions, I just like chilled and stuff, and then my friend and I, we just watched a movie. We did like Amazon Prime Day watch party, and I just like chilled. It was like pretty late already, so I thought that I just don't want to study right now, so I just took a break. Tomorrow I'm gonna get back to study. For now, good night.